Hi, I'm the word historian, and this is the etymology of Guy. Guy is a word commonly used today, but it has had several meanings in the past and has had many influences in pop culture, such as V for Vendetta, but where did the word come from? Oh, and most of my viewers are not subscribers, so if you like this video, then like and subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind. Thank you and enjoy the video. First off, Guy is defined as a man. But you knew that, didn't you? So what did Guy used to mean? It goes back to the mid 14th century where Guy meant leader from the old French word guy meaning a guide. In the 1620s, the meaning changed to a small rope, chain, or wire. This was used in a nautical sense. But how did we get our modern meaning of Guy? This goes back to the 1570 when Guy Fawkes was born in Stonegate, York, England. Guy was an uncommon name in England, and he inherited his father's estate at the age of 8 and sold it in 1591, then traveled to Catholic Spain to fight in the 80 Years' War against the Dutch Republic. Guy performed well and was recommended for his captaincy in 1603, and at the time, he wanted to gain support for a rebellion in England to end the persecution of Roman Catholics by the English government. Keep in mind that only 5 years ago that the Spanish Armada comprising of 130 ships tried to invade England. In 1604, Guy and 4 others plotted to blow up England's Parliament building by stockpiling gunpowder underneath by a tunnel. There was no evidence presented by the prosecution, and no tunnel was ever found. This information came from the confession of one of the conspirators and Guy himself, but not until his 5th interrogation. If the tunnel was real, they had over 36 barrels of gunpowder hidden in an unused undercroft, of which they bought the lease to the room. A few of the conspirators were concerned that there might have been fellow Catholics in Parliament during the bombing, so they ended up warning Lord Monteagle by an anonymous letter warning him to stay away. This letter was shown to King James, and he gave the order to search the cellars underneath Parliament. Guy was caught leaving the cellar shortly after midnight, and inside, the barrels of gunpowder was discovered under piles of firewood and coal. Guy was interrogated in one of the king's private chambers, and he earned the king's admiration, who described him as having a Roman resolution due to his steadfast manner. This didn't stop the king from giving the order to torture Guy in order to find the names of his accomplices. Torture started on the 6th of November, and on the 7th, he revealed his identity and the plot to kill the king. On the 8th, he revealed the names and how they intended to place Princess Elizabeth on the throne. Finally, on the 9th, he revealed the final names. Looking at Guy's signature, you can tell that he went through a lot. On the 31st of January 1606, Guy was executed by being hung. Luckily for Guy, he either jumped or climbed too high on the ladder and broke his neck, sparing him the agony of being strangled to death. Like his co-conspirators, his body was then cut into 4 pieces and sent to the 4 corners of the kingdom to be displayed as a warning of what could happen to traitors. November 5th ended up being a day to celebrate the king's escape by lighting bonfires, and this was done until 1859. From the 1650s onwards, fireworks were added, and from 1673 and onwards, effigies were added, which is a wooden dummy dressed to look like a figure and to be destroyed in protest or anger. The effigies were normally the Pope, but in modern times it became Guy Fawkes, which was known as the Guy. The Guy was normally made by children from old clothes, newspapers, and a mask, and during the 19th century, Guy was defined as an oddly dressed person, but in many places it has lost this connotation and instead refers to any male person, or in the plural sense, anyone regardless of gender. I know what you're thinking, what about the Guy Fawkes mask? Well, throughout the years, the mask was popular to wear on November 5th, but with the rise of the comic book series V for Vendetta, the mask became increasingly popular to wear not only on November 5th, but Halloween as well. Now this mask is popular among many protesters and groups like Anonymous. Some people even think that we should be celebrating Guy Fawkes for having the courage to blow up Parliament, and he has almost become a symbol for many anti-government movements. What did you learn about the word Guy? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it. Oh, and ring that bell for notifications. I hope you learned something new. This was the etymology of the word Guy. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.